Multimedia and Document TV. Today I'm going to be the last section for the exercise that we decided to embark on. Thank you for the view and the comments and everything that has been happening. We are looking forward to next year, if God permits, we shall come with a section B aspect as well. My name still remains Bernardo Furibuama, and I'm with Akosia over here. 2019 starts now without delay. So Akosia, let's get started.
2019, oh geez. Question number 1. An electronic and programmable device that processes data into useful information is called A. Computer, B. Peripheral, C. Processor, D. Technology.
There's a programmable device that processes data now. A computer, and the answer now A.
2. Which of the following media uses lesser technology to write and read data? A. Floppy disk, B. Hard disk, C. Optical disk, D. Pen drive.
The device is now a boy. You use a lesser way of optical disk. The answer is C.
3. Turning off the computer is also known as A. Booting, B. Installation, C. Programming, D. Shutdown.
So also computer now. You say booting computer now. The answer is A. Booting.
4. The following are items located on the default taskbar except A. Date, B. Clock, C. Recycle bin, D. Start menu button.
The date and time and our clock and starting our taskbar. Recycle bin icon a wall desktop presentation and answer. The answer is C.
5. Files are best kept in A. Icons, B. Folders, C. Programs, D. Applications.
I repeat it. I see you keep files in folders. The answer is B. Folders.
5. The end result of information processing cycle that cannot be touched is referred to as A. Hard copy, B. Hardware, C. Soft copy, D. Software.
It is end results no data and about processing we are. So what means for some kind of that means the information that was soft copy. The answer is C.
7. The malicious software specially designed to cause computer systems to slow down and malfunction is A. An application, B. A bacteria, C. A germ, D. A virus.
The software slow down computer activities no a virus. The answer is A. D.
8. The arrow keys on the computer keyboard is also referred to as A. Cursor keys, B. Function keys, C. Shift keys, D. Special purpose keys.
The arrow keys no navigational keys, cursor control keys, and arrow keys and directional keys.
So that's A. 9. The name given to each cell according to its colon label and row number is called A. Active cell, B. Cell formula, C. Cell reference, D. Highlighted cell.
It is a cell there. Now I say cell reference. The answer is C.
10. Which of the following application is an example of a word grasser? A. Excel, B. Lotus 123C, C. Notepad, D. Storage.
The storage device area is really keeping them all. Excel and Lotus and a spreadsheet. The answer is C. Notepad.
11. The following software that runs without user's instruction on a computer is the A. Application software, B. Operating system, C. Scanner program, D. Storage program.
The answer is operating system. And then I here users said
12. The liquid crystal display monitor of the computer is also known as A. Cathode ray tube, B. Display screen, C. Flat panel display, D. Television display.
This LCD in India. A deal for a bit with the amount of C, flat panel screen.
13. A pen-like device that is used to enter data by applying pressure on a screen is the A. Joystick, B. Mouse, C. Pointer, D. Stylus.
Device a boy made me a try the computer, so I, a stylus, a D.
14. 1 gigabyte of data approximates to A. 10 megabytes of data, B. 100 megabytes of data, C. 1000 megabytes of data, D. 10,000 megabytes of data.
1000 megabytes of data.
15. Which of the following devices will turn off first when shutting down the computer? A. Monitor, B. Stabilizer, C. System unit, D. Uninterruptible power supply.
This is a whole doom computer now. System unit, and a bedroom can answer A. C.
16. The title bar of an open application always displays the name of the application and the name of the A. Computer, B. Document, C. Software, D. System.
The title bar number Navi Edina Eliama documents now created in Swaba. The answer A. B.
17. To remove unwanted shortcuts from the desktop, which of the following options will be appropriate? I. Click on the shortcut icon once and press the delete key on the keyboard. II. Drag the shortcut icon into the recycle bin. III. Right-click on the shortcut icon and select delete from the pop-up menu. A. I and II only. B. I and III only. C. I and III only. I and III.
Okay, so the official options now. And never means of going on 3 different ways of it. I deleted the computer also. Over to me, alright, like no one selected delete. Over to me, drag it and now control recycle bin. And now click this one, no one delete. You know, applicable to answer the I, and I. D.
18. The safety measure to prevent backache when using the computer of a 18. The safety measure to prevent backache when using the computer for a very long time is to A. Answer or receive calls when charging mobile phone. B. Avoid plugging ICT tools on a damaged socket. C. Position the body correctly. D. Use plastic chair always.
So you have to position the body correctly. You also use plastic chair. No one chance here when you watch it. And a call and then so we speak on in Yamana. And on me what you know I am in any and they also transfer now after what you know anywhere. You sit straight. The answer is C.
19. The best measure that computer users should practice to reduce the chances of wrist and finger pains due to long-term usage of the computer is to A. Adjust the lightening of the computer screen. B. Close the eyes and rest them for 1 minute. C. Spread fingers apart. D. Use adjustable chair always.
So when you are with my adjusting a boy, as I said, sometimes depending on the corner or the position and other things will come in. The answer is D. You have to get an adjustable chair.
20. Illegal copying of operating system, application software, music, videos is referred to as copyright. A. Law. B. Issues. D. Protection. D. Infringement.
Once there's an illegality in it, it means you are infringing on the copyright law. It's the answer not A. D. Copyright infringement.
21. To resave an edited document, use A. Ctrl+C, B. Ctrl+S, D. Ctrl+V, D. Ctrl+X.
It is what's Savior David no changes. Now also science Savior. Obey you Ctrl+S. And the answer not A. B.
22. A collection of linked documents or pages stored on millions of computers and distributed across the world is called A. Browser, B. Hyperlink, C. Internet, D. World Wide Web.
It is a collection of web pages in a friend of World Wide Web. And the answer not A. D.
23. The device used to transform digital signals to analog signals and vice versa on the internet is A. Hub, B. Modem, C. Telephone, D. Digital box.
The Modern full meaning here modulation and demodulation. The answer now modern, which is B.
24. Google is an example of A. Browser, B. Search engine, D. C. Spam mail, D. Internet.
Google is an example of a search engine. And the answer may be search engine.
25. Mrs. Familia wants to copy information onto a computer disk, claim the content, and later copy the information again. Which of the following media would you advise her to use? A. CD, B. CDR, C. CDR and W, D. CD-ROM.
Okay, so copy content in a device. Now, open panel sign in there, and then also use CDRW, which is CD rewritable. Rewritable is a keep your also. No paper, no sign writing before also. The answer is C. CD rewritable.
26. To execute more than one program at the same time, the system software being used should be capable of A. Compatibility, B. Multitasking, D. C. Multiprocessing, D. Portability.
The operating system limits by a number at the same time. Now I was a year compatible with it. The answer is A.
27. Which of the following best describes a computer operator? A person who A. Carries computer from one location to the other to work, B. Obtains a degree in computer science and its related field of study, C. Operates the device with input and output data from the computer, D. Writes computer programs for specific purpose.
The be a computer user operate a computer now with the use of input and output devices. The answer is C.
28. A document which shows its entire text in uppercase means that the user has activated the A. Alt key, B. Caps lock key, C. Num lock key, D. Shift key plus F3.
So we person type you be our capital letters or you use a caps lock. The answer is A, B.
29. Pressing and releasing the left mouse button twice in quick succession is termed A. Dragging, B. Double clicking, C. Left clicking, D. Right clicking.
It is a double mouse no 1 2 na A B yes what double clicking. The answer is A, B.
30. Which of the following keys is used to create a new line in word processing? A. Control key, B. Enter key, C. Escape key, D. Shift key.
It is a what type of now also start a new line or word. Over you should enter key. No me enter now. At over the beginning of a new text line. The answer is B.
31. The feature in word processor that automatically moves the cursor to the beginning of the next line when the current typing line ends is called A. Autotest, B. Autocorrect, C. Line flow, D. Word wrap.
The question we are repeating several times. It is a text no control and the numbers and numbers start to beginning now. You see a fellow word wrap and the answer is A, D.
32. A red wavy line under a word in a word processing document refers to word A. Not in the computer dictionary, B. Not recognized by the computer, C. Too long for the computer, D. Too short for the computer.
It is a red wavy line. A computer no matter type now. Mostly A. Not in the computer dictionary. Say green either grammatical error and as a spacing between the words. The answer is A. Not in the computer's dictionary.
33. The shortcut to some commands on the menu bar of a word processing application program can be found on the A. Scroll bar, B. Status bar, C. Standard toolbar, D. Title bar.
The shortcut no, you know scroll bars so, and any status bar so. You must have them standard toolbar so. The answer is C.
34. Which of the following document views would show the document as it would look when it is printed? A. Normal view, B. Outline view, C. Print layout view, D. Web layout view.
There's a also how the work will be when you print it down. I said, a print layout view. Send a way with me and now say a printer send a way.
35. The button for reload or refresh, back, stop and forward can be found on the following applications except A. Search engine, B. Web browser, C. Website, D. WhatsApp.
Answer A. C. Website.
36. The software that enables users access web pages on the internet is called A. Browser, B. Website, C. Access engine, D. Search engine.
A boy made me access web pages or internet so web browsers. Answer A.
37. In computing, the exchange of information is referred to as A. Communication, B. Conversation, C. Education, D. Entertainment.
Although we are most new information, it means we need to communicate. The answer no A.
38. Which of the following functions is used to find the mean number in a set of numbers in spreadsheet? A. Average, B. Maximum, C. Minimum, D. Summation.
The person finding mean or a spreadsheet man, obey so average. Answer no A.
39. The content of a selected cell is shown in the A. Formula bar, B. Name box, C. Status bar, D. Title bar.
It is a cell be so Excel. Now be man. Content is show our formula bar. The answer no A.
40. Last question for this year. An application that helps the user to exchange any number in a cell and immediately see the result of that change in another cell is A. Database, B. Presentation, C. Spreadsheet, D. Word processor.
The word processor, they are typing. Database for companies, amount for D, almost success and and presentation. So the presentation group B now more use PowerPoint at the presentation amount. Until we have to make changes are very effective now in terms of calculation a spreadsheet. The answer no A C.
Let me